Hi, I am Anuradha Rani and I have prepared presentation on basics of filing in different countries. I will mainly discuss about the filings in regulated countries, that is Canada, Australia, Europe market and US. So there are two types of market for us. Domestic market means Indian market and the other is export market, under which comes the regulated and semi-regulated market. Regulated market includes USA, Europe, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Canada and South Africa. Semi-regulated market, also known as emerging market or rest of the world, includes Asian region, CIS region, Latin American region, African region, Francophone region and Middle East region. Asian region includes countries like Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, China, etc. And this comes under zone 4 and they require stability data of 30 degrees Celsius and 75% relative humidity. In CIS region comes Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, etc. and this comes under zone 2. Like CIS region, Latin region also comes under zone 2 and it includes countries like Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Chile. In African region comes the countries Botswana, Tanzania, Ghana, Kenya, Zambia and this comes under zone 4. Francophone region is the French speaking countries which includes Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin, Senegal and other countries and this comes under zone 2. Then comes the Middle East, which comes under Zone 4 and includes countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, etc. These are the health authorities of regulated countries. For US, it is FDA. For Europe, it is EMEA. Australia, it is TGA. For Japan, it is MHLW. For Canada, it is Health Canada. And for New Zealand, it is Ministry of Health. And for South Africa, it is MCC. For Indian market, we have one committee that is called Technical Advisory Board, and DCGI is one of the member of this Technical Advisory Board and it is responsible for approval of licenses of specified categories of drugs such as blood and blood products, IV fluids, vaccine and sera. Majority of approval are taken from the DCGI and its roles are divided among central and state bodies. The central body is known as CDSCO, that is Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, and SDSCO, State Drugs Standard Control Organization. Functions of CDSCO is the approval of new drug. It provides permission for clinical trial and bioequivalence studies and it also lays down standards for drugs and cosmetics and provide licensing for special drugs like LVP, blood banks, etc. SDSCO, the functions of SDSCO is the inspection of manufacturing plants and it provides various licenses and it also monitors the quality of drugs and cosmetics. There are different applications for getting approval from DCGI. For example, we have Form 8 which provides license to import drugs other than Schedule X and Form 8A which provides license to import Schedule X drugs. We have Form 40 for the application of a registration certificate for import of drug into India. Form 12 for application for license to import drugs for purpose of examination, test or analysis. And Form 44 is the application for grant of permission to import or manufacture a new drug or to undertake clinical trial. Of Canada. Health Canada plays an active role in ensuring that there is access to safe and effective drugs and health products. Before drug products are authorized for sale in Canada, Health Canada evaluates the safety, efficacy and quality of that product. When a product is offered for sale in Canada to treat or prevent diseases or symptoms, it is regulated as a drug product under the Food and Drugs Act. This database contains 47,000 products that are currently approved, marketed or cancelled. Canada follows ICS CTD format and it comprises of following information. It consists of 5 modules. Module 1 is administrative documents, Module 2 summaries, Module 3 consists of quality information. Module 4 preclinical data, and Module 5 is the clinical data and bioequivalence data. And there are few specific requirements. Drug master file is submitted by API manufacturer to Health Canada and is reviewed in connection with NDS or ANDS. NDS is new drug submission and ANDS is abbreviated new drug submission. Since it falls under zone 2, hence the stability data under 25 degrees Celsius 60% relative humidity is required. In Canada, drug product can be filed under CTA or NDS or ANDS. As the name of CTA suggests, it is clinical trial applications, means the sponsor gets approval for commencing a human drug trial. And Health Canada reviews the information to ensure that the study design prevents participants from being exposed to undue risk. And it also makes sure that good clinical practices are being followed. If the results of the trial are satisfactory, then the sponsor may go for the NDS submission for the commercial distribution of the product. Then comes the new drug submission. New drug submission, it contains specific information about both the drug substance and the drug product relating safety, efficacy and quality. It also includes the results of the preclinical and clinical data. And an NDS is required whenever a drug product meets the definition of a new drug. So what is this new drug? This new drug is new drug substance, and it may be a new indication, dosage forms or combination of drugs which have not been sold in sufficient time or sufficient quantity in Canada. New drug manufacturer can file patent to protect from generic versions of these drugs. Then ANDS is the abbreviated new drug submission. This is filed to get approval for the generic product. When the applicant can demonstrate that the product is safe and efficacious when compared to the innovator product, then ANDS is prepared. Before filing, the applicant must evaluate the patent status. So, how the registration process goes in Canada? So, drugs are authorized for sale in Canada once they have successfully gone through the drug review process. Then the sponsor files with HPFB, that is Health Products and Food Branch of Health Canada, which contains information and data about the drug safety, effectiveness and quality. It includes the result of both preclinical and clinical studies. Hence, the sponsor will file the new drug submission with HPFB, and HPFB then performs a thorough review. It assesses the potential benefits and risk of the drug, and then after reviewing the information, it issues a notice of compliance and a drug identification number, which actually indicates that the drug is approved for the marketing. Then comes the basics of Australia filing. For Australia, we have TGA, which is a Commonwealth government agency that regulates medical devices and drugs. And it is the part of the Department of Health and Aging, which focuses on safety, efficacy and quality of the drug. In Australia, medicines can be registered or listed. So registered products are labeled as AUSTR and listed products are labeled with AUSTL number. So similar to Canada, Australia follows the ICS-CTD format, and this includes the 5 modules. In Australia, medicines are classified into 2 types. One is prescription medicines and the other is non-prescription medicines. So under non-prescription medicines, we again have OTC and complementary medicines. So what is this prescription medicines? This medicine are the medicines which are available only on the doctor's prescription, and the application for a new active substance must be supported by extensive information like how the substance is synthesized and what is the method of manufacture. It should also include the pharmacology and toxicology data and the both preclinical and clinical trial data to show how if the drug is effective or not. Also, the registration in Australia does not expire until and unless there are grounds for cancellation or the sponsor ceases marketing. Many of the prescription products are the versions of the innovator product, usually produced by other manufacturers. So, under non-prescription medicines, we have OTC medicines and complementary medicines. OTC medicines are those which does not need prescription and can be bought for self-treatment from pharmacies. To assess whether or not an active substance is suitable for use in a non-prescription medicines usually requires the substance to have been used for at least 2 years as a prescription medicine. So, prescription medicine can transit to a non-prescription medicine if it has been used for at least 2 years as a prescription medicine. But not all the active substances can transit from prescription to OTC. New OTC products are assessed by the TGA for its quality, safety, and efficacy. Then comes the complementary medicines, which include herbal medicines, vitamin, mineral supplements, and traditional medicines such as Ayurvedic medicines and traditional Chinese medicines. And similar requirements for manufacture, including certification of GMP, is required. And then these are applied for AUSTR products, but they are not evaluated before inclusion in the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods. This ARTG is the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods. AUSTL medicines must not contain substances that are prohibited for import or come from endangered species or be covered by the national regulations which control access to many substances. Then TGA classifies medicines on the basis of risk, and it has a two-tier system for the regulation of medicines, including the complementary medicines. As per TGA regulations, high-risk medicines should be registered and the low risk should be listed in the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods. Higher risk medicines involves evaluating the quality, safety, and effectiveness of product. Lower risk medicines containing pre-approved low risk ingredients and that make limited claims can be listed on the ARTG. So on the basis of the risk, medicines are classified as registered or listed. The registered medicines are assessed for quality, safety, and efficacy. And since these are higher risk medicines, that is why they are registered on ARTG. All prescription medicines, most of the OTC medicines, and few of the complementary medicines are registered. And registered medicines have a AUSTR label on the packaging. R means registered. Listed medicines include lower risk medicines that are listed on ARTG and they contain pre-approved low risk ingredients. They cannot imply that they will be useful in treatment or prevention of serious diseases. Therefore, they are assessed only for quality and safety and are not assessed for the efficacy. Some OTC medicines and most of the complementary medicines are listed medicines, and they are listed as AUSTL. L means listed. So now I'll discuss about the basics of Europe market filing. As we know, European Union is one of the major market in the world and it shares approximately 33% of the pharma market and total member states are 27. Major national authorities in EU are France, Germany, Italy, UK, Sweden and Austria. And similar to Australia and Canada, Europe also follows the ICS CTD format and any application should be submitted in the CTD format which shall contain all the module 5. And it falls under zone 2, hence the stability data at 25 degrees Celsius 60% relative humidity is required. Ways of filing in Europe. In Europe, drug product can be filed as marketing authorization application, and there are four ways of filing a MAA in Europe: mutual recognition, decentralized procedure, centralized procedure, and national procedure. So one by one, we'll go through these processes. So approval process for MRP. Application submits the dossier to all the countries in which it wants authorization, and one of the member country will act as reference member state, and that will be known as RMS, and the other concerned member state will be known as the CMS. So application is submitted to both RMS and CMS, and then it is validated by the RMS, and then submits the assessment report to CMS. CMS reviews and approves the assessment and which result in marketing of all the result in marketing of the product in all the CMS. In total, it takes 390 days for review by both the RMS and CMS, and it is beneficial when the applicant wants to market the drug in many countries. So MRP is beneficial when the applicant wants to market the drug in many countries. Approval process for decentralized. Applicant submit the dossier to desired member, and the applicant can choose any of the state as RMS. RMS and CMS starts reviewing application at a time. Then RMS distributes preliminary assessment report to the CMS. CMS approves assessment report and result in marketing in all the CMS. It is beneficial only when the applicant wants to market the drug in more than one European country, as it saves time. Centralized procedure applicable for drugs derived from biotechnological processes or drugs which are intended for use in the conditions like AIDS, cancer, neurodegenerative, etc. And applicant applies to EMA and gets approval which is valid for whole European Union. Application review process takes 210 days, and EMA is only responsible for centralized procedure. National procedure is the starting point of mutual recognition and decentralized procedure, and health authorities takes 219 days for reviewing the application, and then MA is issued for that member state only. In case the application is rejected, the applicant can still access to other EU countries. Coming to the basics of US filing, US FDA is the regulatory agency which is responsible for safety regulation of food drug products in US, and it is one of the major market. It shares approximately 51% of the pharma market, and process involves submission of investigational new drug application IND, and which is followed by new drug application NDA. USA, similar to other countries, also it follows ICS CTD format, which comprises of all the module 5, and one by one I'll explain all the modules. Module 1 consists of administrative documents, which includes forms, cover letter, administrative information, certification, patent information, and patent certification. The main is FDA form 356H, which is a form to apply to market a new drug, biologic, or an antibiotic drug for human use. So these are the administrative documents which are required in module 1. Moving to module 2. It consists of the summary of drug substance, drug product, and clinical and bioequivalence data. Module 3 consists of quality information, and it includes the body of the data is divided into two parts, S part and P part. So S part consists of the description, structure, nomenclature, manufacturing facility, flowchart process, structure, elucidation and impurities, and reference standard, container closure system, stability protocol, data and post-stability commitments. P part consists of the description of product, pharmaceutical development data, manufacturing control, excipient section, finished product section, etc. And few are the specific requirements. Some API information is submitted and letter of access with drug master file number is provided. 3 batches of pilot scale are required for submission, and since US falls under zone 2, hence 25 degrees Celsius 60% RH stability data is required. Module 4 consists of preclinical trials, and in case of ANDA it is not applicable. Similarly, Module 5 consists of clinical trials and bioequivalence data for ANDA. Coming to investigational new drug, it is application filed to FDA to start clinical trials in humans if the drug is found is safe in preclinical trials. A firm or institution carrying out clinical trial called as a sponsor submits the IND application. A pre-IND meeting can be arranged with the FDA to discuss a number of issues like the design of animal research, the intended protocol for conducting the clinical trial, and the chemistry, manufacturing, and control of the investigational drug. Such meeting helps the sponsor to organize animal research, gather data, and design the clinical protocol, which are the suggestions provided by the FDA. There are 3 types of investigational new drug application. One is the investigator IND, which is submitted by a physician who both initiates and conducts an investigation, and emergency use IND, which allows the FDA to authorize use of an experimental drug in an emergency situation. And the third one is treatment IND, which is submitted for experimental drugs showing promise in clinical testing for serious or immediately life-threatening conditions. The IND application must contain information in 3 broad areas like animal pharmacology and toxicology studies, manufacturing information, and clinical protocols and investigator information. Once the IND is submitted, the sponsor must wait for 30 calendar days before initiating any clinical trial. During this time, FDA reviews the IND for safety to assure that the research subject will not be subjected to unreasonable risk. Then comes the new drug application. If the clinical studies confirm that the new drug is safe and effective, then the manufacturer can file NDA to FDA. It is the first discovered molecule by a company, that is innovator product filed to FDA, called reference listed drug. This is actual request to manufacture and sell the product in USA. Preclinical and clinical trials are carried out and the study reports are submitted in Module 4 and 5. So this is the approval process for NDA. NDA is filed and it is reviewed by CDER. CDER is the Center for Drug Evaluation and Research. Then the site inspection of plant is done by US FDA, and then the NDA is approved and the product can be marketed in the US. Then comes the abbreviated new drug application. ANDA is submitted for the generic drugs. Generic drugs should have same active ingredient, identical in strength, dosage form and route of administration as that of the reference drug. And there is no need to carry out preclinical and clinical trials. It requires only the bioequivalence data against the reference drug, and before filing, applicant must evaluate the patent status. Only pharmacokinetic parameters are tested for the ANDA. So this is the approval process for ANDA. Patent evaluation is done and then the ANDA is filed and it is reviewed by OGD or CDER. OGD is the Office of Generic Drugs, and then site inspection is done by FDA, and then the drug is approved for marketing in the US. So this was all about the filing of drug in different countries, regulated countries. Thank you.